okay, JT, do it. And it was a moment, and what John said was, come on, buddy, I need to know that it's you. And then slowly it started to spin. And that was when we knew that he wasn't far away, that he was close. So he led me to different people and all of that so that I could get some answers. And then I was talking with a medium. It was September 2007. He left in March, so this was not even 6 months later. And I was talking to this medium, and she said, oh, did you know that you're a medium? Did you know that you're supposed to do this? You're supposed to do this work. You're supposed to connect those on the other side with here. You were the bridge. Hence the name of my company, Bridge to Healing. So that's kind of how it was birthed. And obviously it's taken some really wild turns since then. But I wrote about it. I wrote about how when JT left, that experience, I wanted other grieving parents to know, and other people who are grieving to know there is hope at the end of this, or there is hope. You don't have to. You don't have to give up everything. Being a bereaved mom, I am one of the blessed ones. Although we can all have connection, and that's the other piece to this is the meditation. So I'll just pull these out right now. So this is a story of when JT left and how he got me to where I am now. And then the back of the book, the back third, is about training, and it's about how you can do what I do. Because I was a stay-at-home mom, and before that, I was an engineer. And so if people say, oh, I've got too much left brain going on, I'm too logical thinking. Well, I was an engineer, so if I can do this, anybody can. The key to connecting with our loved ones is meditation. So this was downloaded to me, so to speak. It was, they told me what to say, my guides and JT, and it's a connecting meditation. So they are available today if you would like them. All right. There's something else. Oh, yeah, that's right. I have some events coming up, too. Some mediumship stuff. If you're interested, it doesn't mean you're going to stand up here and you're going to, give messages. But what it does mean is being connected to your loved ones, connected to your angels, and connected to your guides. That's what the classes that I teach are about. And that's what I do now, is I train other people as well as doing private sessions and things like that. Okay, let's go ahead and get going here. Any questions about anything so far as they're lining up, and they were being very polite this time. Any questions? 1,000,000, right? 1,000,000 questions that haven't hit your brain yet, and then 0 questions because. Okay, next one in is a male, a strong male. This is definitely a father figure. He's coming through very, very strongly. Okay, and he just gave me something in here, although that could be, it could be anxiety though, for whoever his loved one is in the room, because like I said, I feel things, so I can feel the anxiety as well. And he's saying this is his, okay. And let me identify what this is, because this could be a lot of different things. I feel this when there's medication. I feel it when there's, just gave me the saliva piece, which usually means like medication. Let me see if it's okay. What else do you want to show me then? Wow. So this felt like a prolonged illness of some sort. Now, actually, he's correcting me. He's saying not prolonged, just harsh. Okay, so for him, and it could have been prolonged as well, but for him it was more about the harshness of it. And I'm still trying to identify who he belongs to, so we'll kind of ask him a few more questions before we get there. Yes. Okay. That was pretty funny, because I scanned the room and didn't see anything, and he's going, he's right there! That was funny. So does this make sense to you at all, the stomach stuff?
Not really.
Not really? Okay, that's all right. That's okay. Okay, and yeah, okay, so it's definitely, yeah, it's who you have been wanting to talk to. And it's father figure, you know, it's not father, but father figure. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, because you just step to the side, so that means next to father, or
Grandpa.
along the side of father. What was that?
My grandpa.
Your grandpa, okay, cool. Is that who you were expecting? Okay, great. He's still giving me this. Okay, so let me ask him what that means. And then I asked, is it yours? No, it's not yours. It's his. Okay. Yeah, he's saying that so did he pass from a cancer of some sort? This could be the treatments and things like that I'm feeling. Because he says it messed with his stomach, you know, so whatever he had messed with his stomach. Do all of you belong together?
Or together.
He's going, I'm not with him. So is this your dad?
No.
No, okay. You belong to her.
We're together.
Yes, you belong to her, okay. But you're involved, okay? So, because he's going, it's them. So you're involved. So I have a feeling he's going to bring somebody through for you, okay? A female. Female's coming through for you, okay? We're going to stick with grandfather right now, though. Okay, and he's, you know, he had difficulty. You know, this is, now we all have difficulty breathing when we leave, right? Obviously we wouldn't be leaving if we didn't have difficulty breathing. But there was a significant, something I'm feeling, like a pressure on his chest, and it made it harder for him to breathe. And he said it was pretty intense at the end. It was not, it wasn't a pretty way to go, is what he's saying. That there were, I'm asking him, how do you want to phrase this? Well, I just see, I see the scene when he left, you know, and it was one of those scenes. I mean, I was there when my father passed from cancer, and it was not pleasant at all. So who was right beside him when he left?
My grandma.
It was your, okay. She's holding a hand, and it was above and beyond is what he's saying about her, above and beyond. And he says, I never wanted her to go through that. And this is recent?
Mm-hmm.
It's been 3 years? Okay. And I do have Kleenex around. Good. What, are you being Kleenex hogs?
Oh, no, we were staging it to
Yeah.
fast
We
response.
wanted to be at the right.
So you can get a pass. And he's calling your grandmother a saint for what she put up with. She is a saint. It feels like he was away a lot. Now, I don't mean like away, but she really had to run the house. He might have been there, but he was busy, or he was doing work. I mean, he was a very hard worker, very, very hard worker. And so she was left to kind of man the house. He's cracking up when he says that, man the house, when he's talking about her. That was definitely not something he would ever say to her. He appreciates, you did something with flowers for him. It might have been, did you put them into water, or did you give them to some, or he's going like this, he's taking the flowers and he's going like this, that you did for him. Do you remember? No, that's okay. But he's thanking you. He's going like this, thank you, thank you. Because it really, he didn't know how much he was loved until he left, you know? I mean, yeah, he knew, but it was, but he really feels like the kind of guy that, you know, wouldn't, you know, the affection piece probably was not the top of his list. He loved everybody tremendously, tremendously loved everybody. But are you belonging to them too?
No.
No, you're just going,
No,
yeah, I'm getting it, I'm getting it.
realizing,
Well, you're receiving it too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, but he was, you knew he loved you. You know, it wasn't like he had to outwardly express it. You knew just from the way that he interacted with you and everything else. Older brother, you have an older brother? Okay, so who the older, not, let me ask where it is. Because he pointed to you and then he went older. Are you the older one then? Do you have any siblings? How many, or what siblings do you have? Do you have any siblings?
They're all younger than me.
They're all younger than you. No, that's not it. He's not talking about that. Let me see what he's talking about. Older, okay. Saying about him or about somebody else? Okay. This is grandfather, right? So this is father's father or mother's
My
father?
dad.
Your dad, okay. Your dad had an older brother? Who's this older one? Because he's, oh man, I wonder if it's tall. I wonder if it's because he's showing it like this. Do you have, okay, no, I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna ask him some questions. I don't like to kind of cram things together. So let's ask him what he's talking about. Because I see the guy. I see him. He's got a slender build. He doesn't have a lot of hair. But I'm not getting the relation. But he's taller than you. Do you know who it is?
I do.
Oh, okay, thank God. And this is somebody who's still here? Okay. Then let me find out why he's talking about him. Because now that we've established who it was, do you want to tell him who it is?
It's his cousin.
Oh, it's his cousin. Okay. Oh,
Because the three of them were very close.
oh,
Always
okay.
together.
Because it was about, the way he was talking was that there were kids that were affected. I mean, you were affected, this other one was really affected too. And it was almost like you lost your dad, you know, both of you. It was like you lost your dad. Not that your dad is insignificant, but he's acknowledging his role as father for you. For both of you, he says, for both of you. And he keeps pointing up. Is he taller? He must be taller than you, your cousin. Okay. Thank you for identifying him. I could not figure out where this guy was. He says, he's the one who wants to talk to you for a second. Telling you, you've got the whole package. You've got the whole package. So you need to do something with it now. Okay? Do you know what he's talking about? She does. Do you know what he's talking? Because there's something like it's about work or it's about something you're not living in your full potential. You're not doing your full potential of what you could do. You're holding back, he says. And you need to live into your full potential. What is it that you do for work right now?
Construction.
Construction? And that, he says you just fell into it. But it's not everything. He's actually talking about like architecture. You know, you've got the brain for these things. You don't have to do construction. Not that construction's a bad thing. Definitely not. But he says you've got the full package, you're not using it. You're not using everything that you could be using. Okay? And that's if he were here in body, that's what he'd be telling you. He'd be saying, step it up, you need to step out. You need to use what you've got. Okay? Yeah. Because I see school for you and stuff like that. I see going to school. So, yeah, because he says that construction's fine, but it's not your everything.